Okay, guys, make sure your the microphone is on mute until you guys translate. And we'll get started. Thank you all for being here tonight. Before we begin, we would like to get our interpretation feature going. I will ask our interpreters to introduce themselves and give directions on how to access the interpretation feature, starting with Armenian.
Այո, բարև ձեզ, ասիկա Վարդուհի Հալեբողլյանն է, Glendale Unified School District-ին, բարի եկած եք այսօրվա մեր շատ կարևոր ժողովին Glendale-ի քրատարաններու մասին եւ ինչ դեղեցություններ կարող եք ստանալ ամառվա համար։ Բարի եկած եք նորեն, հույսով որ եթե Բիդի հետևի, կացեք չատին, մեջ գտեսնեք լինքին վրա գողեցեք ու մեզի գմիանաք եւ հայերենով գլսեք իմ ցայնս։ Շատ շնորհակալություն եւ գիշեր բարի։
Thank you. Korean?
네, 안녕하세요. 오늘 GUSD 패밀리 아카데미 학부모 모임에 오신 여러분 환영하며 저는 여러분의 이해를 돕기 위해 한국어 통역 서비스를 제공할 쌤이라고 합니다. 한국어 통역을 원하시는 분은 한국어방 화면 아래 오른쪽에 채팅룸에 가시면은 코리안 인터프리테이션 링크가 있으며 이것을 클릭하시면은 한국어 서비스를 받으실 수가 있습니다. 스페니쉬 통역사 소개가 끝나면 한국어 방으로 오시길 바랍니다. 네, 감사합니다. Thank you. I'm done.
Thank you. In Spanish.
Muy buenas tardes, padres de familia, y muchísimas gracias por asistir a esta Academia Familiar del Distrito Escolar Unificado de Glendale en este miércoles 17 de abril. Les damos las gracias a nuestros participantes, invitados, y esta noche el evento está siendo grabado, así es de que por favor, si lo quieren ver después, se va a publicar en el sitio del internet del distrito de Glendale, en la bajo participación familiar. También les vamos a pedir que se mantengan con el botón en silencio durante la presentación, y si tienen preguntas, por favor, las pueden escribir en la cajita de Q&A al final de la pantalla. Y al final de la presentación habrá tiempo para contestar las preguntas. Muchísimas gracias. Y si desean interpretación en español, presionan el botón en español. Muchas gracias y bienvenidos de nuevo.
Thank
you.
Dr. Okay. In the chat, I put in how you all can access the interpretation features. So good evening, and thank you so much for attending GUSD's Family Academy on this Wednesday, April 17th. I am Dr. Sherelle Bailey, and I want to thank all of our participants, our guests, and our interpreters for tonight's conversation. Tonight's event is being recorded and uploaded on our youtube.com/Glendale Unified channel, so that it will be posted by tomorrow. If you have any questions, please wait till the end. You can put them in the chat and we will answer your questions. But for tonight, we are excited to have our senior library supervisor, Ms. Jennifer Driscoll. Tonight's conversation discusses the City of Glendale's libraries as well as the resources that they have to offer. With that, we will sit back and have Jennifer take it away.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bailey. I really appreciate you inviting me here. As mentioned, my name is Jennifer Driscoll, and I am the Senior Library Supervisor of Children's Services for Glendale Library Arts and Culture. So today I'm calling my presentation More Than Just Books, Resources and Learning for Learning and Fun, because that's what we have at the library. We do have a lot of books, but there's so much more here as well. So just giving you a small peek into all the different things the library offers. So a little bit about Glendale Library. We have 8 libraries here in our community, and within those libraries, we have more than 500,000 physical items, including books, audiobooks, music CDs, DVDs that can be checked out, laptops, mobile hotspots, and lots of kits, including our Storytime to Go kits. We have more than 2 million electronic items. These include ebooks and e-audiobooks, downloadable videos, and other media that you can engage with. We have access to more than 80 electronic collections, including our databases, and I'll talk a little bit about those more. And then, of course, we also have lots of programs and fun events for all ages, including story times, summer reading, arts and crafts, games, STEAM events, cultural events, mental health events. There's something at the library for everyone, and that's one of the best things about it. So today I'm going to be doing an overview of where the library is in your community and how to access all that we have. I'm going to talk about some of the more unusual things that you can do or check out with us at the library. I'm going to talk a little bit about the digital resources that you can access and your students can use as well to help them with projects or learning. And I'll talk about some of the programs that we have coming up here at the library, and then allow a little time for questions as well. So as I mentioned, we have 8 locations throughout our system. 6 of these are neighborhood libraries. One is the Glendale Central Library. And then we also have our brand library and art center, which focuses specifically on art and music. You can visit our website to see all of our locations, but I wanted to put the map up here so you at least get a general idea of where to find all of them. And because we want to serve the students in your life, I want to let you know about the libraries that are closest to our schools. So our Glendale Central Library, which is at 222 East Harvard Street, located really close to the Americana here, is close to our R.D. White Elementary School, and then also Roosevelt Middle School and Wilson Middle School. Our Casa Verdugo Library is located near Mark Keppel Elementary and Mark Keppel Elementary and Toll Middle School. A little down the way from there, we have our Grandview branch. This school is located directly across the street from Jefferson Elementary School, and it also serves Balboa, Benjamin Franklin as well. Of course, you can go to any of our libraries, but we just want to highlight which ones are closest to you. Our small library connection at Adams Square is a storefront location, and this one is closest to Mann Elementary and Marshall, as well as Muir. Our Montrose location is located in the Montrose area, of course, and it's close to Lincoln, Dunsmore, Fremont, La Crescenta, Monte Vista, Mountain Avenue, Valley View, and Verdugo Woodlands, as well as Rosemont Middle School, and independent study can visit us at any location. Because Montrose is close to La Crescenta, sometimes people get the Glendale Library confused with LA County Library. We are a separate system, and if you've got library cards at each, you can visit and use each location. Our Pacific Park Library is located right across the street from, or right next to, our Cerritos Elementary School in Edison, right near Edison. They're on the same campus as the Recreation Center as well. So to access all the wonderful things that I am going to talk about today, you just need to have a Glendale library card. So our library cards are free for everyone. All you need to do is fill out an application and bring us a photo ID that has your current address on it, or a photo ID and a piece of mail with your current address on it. When you check out items with library cards, we no longer have any fines for overdue items. So we want you to come and check out items. Even if you bring things back late, we just want to get them back. And with your library card, you can check out up to 100 items at one time. You can use all of our digital resources that I'm going to talk about a little bit more and access those online databases as well. And we have a lot of different styles of library card. You can see some of our adults, our teen, and our children's designs here, but all of them work the same way. And if you don't even want to come into the library, you can actually register for a library card online using the link down there, https register.eglendalelac.org. And from there, you can sign up for a library card you can use for our e-resources immediately. I also want to highlight that we have special GUSD student library accounts. So this is a partnership between Glendale Library Arts and Culture and GUSD. And we work with GUSD to get parent permission and then information for each of the children who attend. And this GUSD student library account allows students to check out 5 physical items. There are no fines or fees. And even if books get lost, we have allowances for those missing materials because we really don't want anything to stop students from accessing what we have here in the library. With these GUSD student library cards, they can check out, like I said, 5 physical items, including books and audiobooks, and then have access to all of our online resources as well. Now, students can have their own personal library card, like the ones we saw in the slide before with their parents. Student library cards are something added that they also can have. And this is just to make it easier and stop the barriers from having parents have to come in and get those cards. So it really just allows for more checkout power. So speaking of checkout power, I want to talk about some of the resources that we have at the library that you may not know about. So one of those first things that I'd like to talk about are our read-along books. Now, these are really neat items. I don't know if you remember, they used to have, back when I was a kid, you could check out a book and it would come with either a cassette or a CD, and you would listen to that book on CD or cassette, and it would read the book to your story to you aloud, sort of like your own personal story time. Well, these books are exactly like that, but now they have the audio players inside the book. So it's all in one unit with nothing to lose. These come in a wide array of different types of books. So we have picture books for our youngest readers. You can see from the pictures here that they do have the audio player in here. You just connect your headphones. We have 2 different styles of books here. And a child or an adult can listen to the story being read as they have the story in front of them. And because we do want to support all of our families in the community, as well as our flag students, we try to get books here in a lot of different languages. So we do have our read-along books for children in French, German, Japanese, Korean, and Spanish, and we're trying to purchase more as they become available. We have these in chapter books, and they're really great for readers who may not be reading at their usual level or are just more auditory learners. It's a great way to build reading confidence by having the audiobook and the book together there as one. So our read-along books are a really unique thing that we offer the community. Another fun thing that we offer that you can check out are our Storytime to Go kits. Now, these are for our youngest of readers, so they are for baby and toddlers and preschoolers. And it's a backpack that comes complete with 5 books on a theme. There are educational toys or learning tools inside, and also a story time guide, so you can have your own story time at home. We have more than 50 kits, all on themes like birds, colors, counting, dinosaurs, potty time, farms, the ocean, a whole bunch of different topics. And they're here at our central library, but you can request them at any branch and pick them up at whichever one is closest to you. Special thanks to Kiwanis of Glendale, who help us have these kits and support us to create them. It's a really fun way to grab and go 5 books and have them all picked by a librarian. Something else that we have fun here in our library is our makerspace location. So this is available for anyone who's ages 13 and up in our community. You do need to have a library card and just have a signed form, or a parent or guardian needs to sign the form. And we have sewing and quilting machines in our makerspace. We have 3D printers, computers, drafting things, Cricut machines, jewelry making tools, and there's always interesting programs happening in our makerspace. So we really invite anyone ages 13 and up to come and use this space to express themselves creatively, to learn a new skill, and to just be creative with others in our library community. Another neat thing that we offer, and this is kind of part of our makerspace as well, is our memory lab. So with technology changing all the time, we know that families want to preserve their heritage. So here at the library, we do have things that can convert all your memories into digital formats. So if you have film, we have scanners that will scan those pictures for you. You can convert VHS to DVD. We want know that your family history is important, and we want you to be able to preserve that. So as we have on here, we've got video converter, record player converters, DVDs and CD drives, software so you can digitize things. And then we also provide those things so you can check out and use that technology at home to save your memories. So it's a really neat service that we offer here at the library. Again, these things are for adult checkout as well. Another thing that we want you to do in the library is get out there and explore your community and explore nature. So we have partnered with California State Library and California Parks to have parks passes that you can check out from the library. You can see the picture on the right over here. It's a hang tag that you can check out. You put it on your car windshield, and it allows you to park for free at more than 200 participating state parks. So use the resources we have here to go out and find things in nature and explore. And another thing that goes hand in hand with that is our nature literacy to go kits. These are a newer kit that we just got here in the library. So each one contains a backpack, nature guides, an interpretive booklet, a flashlight, and then one of the neatest things that we have in there is a translation device. So it is meant so that when you explore parks or other places like that, you can use it so that you can read the signs in your home language or whatever language that you need, so that you can understand and enjoy the nature and outside places more. I know that one of the previous Family Academy sessions you had was with our community parks and services. And I'm not sure if they mentioned the wilderness bus, the Wander the Wilderness bus, but these nature literacy to go kits are great for taking out on the Wander the Wilderness bus, so that you can go explore places like Duke Magian Park and just really get out there into our community and interact with nature. So as I mentioned, those are some of the more unusual things that we have here to check out. But with your library card, you can also get a lot of things without ever having to come in the library. So we have so many different ways of doing digital reading or viewing so that you can check out books from the comfort of your own home for you or for your children. So a few I kind of wanted to highlight are our cloud library. There are hundreds of thousands of ebooks and audiobooks in there, and they come in a wide variety of languages as well. So that's a great one to download books to your computer or your tablet. You can read them all without ever having to come in the library. Freeding is also an ebook platform. And so the thing about cloud library is it's kind of like a virtual library. So if someone has an ebook checked out, you can't also check it out. because there's multiple of those. But with Freeding, all the books are available all the time, so multiple people can check out the same title. It also works that way on our digital resource, Hoopla. So Hoopla is really great. It has movies and music, as well as books and audiobooks. There are so many different things that you can find on there for all ages to enjoy: educational content, entertainment content, so many things. And then Vloom is our Armenian digital reading. So there we have a bunch of different collections, all in Armenian and for different age ranges as well. Some other digital reading and viewing that we have is our Teen Book Cloud. Teen Book Cloud focuses just on teens and books that they would like, though sometimes you can find some for middle schoolers there as well. And our Tumble Book Library is just for kids and focuses on ebooks for kids as well as read alouds. So kind of like we started with our read along books at the beginning, you can also find those here in Tumble Book Library. We also have access to newspapers and magazines for patrons of any age. So we have children's children's magazines, teen magazines, adult magazines, all on Press Reader. So instead of having things delivered to your home, you can access this online and find things like Newsweek, USA Today, and things also from all over the world. So we have 64 different languages that are represented here in Press Reader, including Arabic, Armenian, Chinese, French, German, Italian, Japanese, Russian, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and so many more. So you can find newspapers from those countries using Press Reader. It's really an amazing, amazing resource. One of my favorite online resources that we have is called Help Now. And this is actually an online tutoring center where you can get live homework help. So this is for anyone in grades K through 12. You just need a library card to sign on, and you're connected live to a screen tutor who can help you with whatever you need. There's also a wonderful writing lab that they have in there. So you can turn in an essay and have someone review and give you feedback on your essay, I think usually within 24 to 48 hours. You can send questions to experts. You can study for tests on here. They have so many different options to help you learn and grow. So like I said, it's for grades K through 12, and you can also connect with tutors in a wide variety of languages as well. Anything that you need help with, including math, English or language arts, science, social studies, world languages, or like I said, those SAT, ACT, and AP test prep. You can get help with all of those, all for free. This one is a really great resource for when your child needs help at the very last minute with something, because they do have late hours at Help Now. So you can get that help from someone else when you need it. Another wonderful resource that we offer are encyclopedias. So we have Britannica School here, which is good for K through 12 research. It's actually a very neat database because depending on the age group of the child, it will show different results that are geared towards their learning ability. So you can see over here on the left-hand side, I searched for the word eclipse in the elementary format, and it gives me different sorts of resources than when I search in the high school Britannica. This is a wonderful resource for kids who are writing reports. It's a great place to start because you know all the information that are contained here within these online encyclopedias are fact-checked and are true. So instead of going to something like Wikipedia that everyone can add to, this is like using an encyclopedia that's been published. They've read these, made sure that the information that is in here is true and valid. So it's also really good for biographies, a nice starting point for that. If you need another resource for that, you can search for individuals, and all the articles and the information in there can be translated into 80 different languages. Speaking of different languages, a really fun resource that we have is Mango Languages. So this is interactive language learning, and English is a second language. So it's a way to kind of go through. You can pick out which language you're interested in. This is a list. Went back. It's very small, but they have many, many different languages. Arabic, Armenian, Bengali, Cherokee, Chinese, Japanese, Turkish, Thai. So many different languages from all over the world. And it's sort of a way to help you learn the language in conversation. It also has something in here where it lets you speak to the computer, and then it checks your pronunciation for what you're saying. So it's really neat. It has an app that you can download as well, and then you just access it using your library card. So if you have a phone, you can use Mango Languages on there as well. Now, sometimes looking at all the books or resources that the library has can be really overwhelming, or wanting to know what your child should read next. So, Novelist is a great resource that we have that helps you find your next read. So, this comes in two different formats. We have Novelist Plus, that's for teens and adults, and we have our Novelist K through 8, which is for kindergarten through 8th grade. So you can look for the type of books that interest you. So it has things like read alikes. For example, if your child has read all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, you can enter that in there and it'll give you some suggestions for finding other books that they may like. It's kind of like having your own librarian to make recommendations in your pocket. You can tell it that you like a fast paced mystery, and it'll come up with suggestions for that as well. So it's really a wonderful resource for when you want to keep reading, but you don't know what you're in the mood for just yet. Uh, you can see here it gives you different lists. The one on the left here is what it looks like for adults and teens, and the one on the right has is kind of children's focused. So it has a lot of different suggestions for things. So if you're looking for fantasy or a different type of genre, it will suggest things like that for you. Sorry, skip that one. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me just click out of this for 1 second and bring that back up. There we go. Okay, so while you're looking through those, we still have a lot of books. So even though there's a lot of different things here that we have in the library, whether it be our makerspace, our Storytime to Go kits, our memory lab, our perks passes, of course we have books and we want you to use them. We have libraries at all of our librarians at all of our branches who are eager to help you find what you're looking for, and will help guide you and your children to the resources that you need, whether it's for reading for entertainment or finding information to help with the school assignment. We also have lots of fun programs that happen here at the library, all of which are free. Two of ours is our 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten program. So if you have a preschooler, this is great for them. It's for ages 0 to 5. And we encourage families to share, to read, and listen 1,000 books to their child before they start kindergarten. And then if you come show us your progress, you get prizes along the way that help with their learning and engagement. And 1,000 books sounds really daunting, but in that time span, it turns out to be like 3 books a day. And even with little ones, if you read the same book over and over and over again, that counts too. All reading is good reading. For the older kids out there, so children who have not yet gone into ninth grade, we have our 500 Books Before High School program. So you can sign up for this online, and we encourage children to read or listen to, both are great, 500 books before they get into high school, and they get prizes along the way for that. So you can read whatever you want for these, school reading, fun reading, all of that counts. We just want you to keep reading because that's the best way to keep up your language skills. For younger ones, we also have story time. So we offer more than 9 story times per week at all of our locations. And we also have lots of our story times in other languages as well. We have an Armenian story time, we have an Armenian English bilingual story time, and a Spanish English story time as well. We've got story times for the youngest one, ages 0 to 18 months, for toddlers, 18 to 3 years, family story time for a wider range, and then, like I said, all those global language story times. We have some wonderful, fun performances happening this spring, so we hope you join us for these. On April 30th, we're going to have scientists from Bubble Mania with us at our Grandview location. They'll be teaching you everything about the science behind bubbles, so you can learn a lot about how they're formed, why they keep their shape. We're going to have firefighters join us on May 2nd at our Casa Verdugo library. They are going to be reading and sharing stories, and that should be fun. Here at the library, we also like to celebrate Cultural Heritage Months. So since May is Asian American Pacific Islander month and Native Hawaiian month, we are going to have the Philippine Folk Arts Group on May 11th at our Chevy Chase branch doing traditional Philippine dances. And then we are going to have the Korean Soyo Gayagum Orchestra as well. They're going to be having 4 performances with us. I think some of these members go to GUSD schools, so they're going to be here with us on 4 separate dates in May, performing the traditional Korean instrument and sharing that with everyone who comes. On May 18th, we'll have our Dancing Storytellers program. They take Indian mythology and bring it to everyone watching through dance and story. And then later in May, we are going to have author Oliver Chin visit us, and he's going to be doing 2 different programs with us, one at the Central Library, all about the discovery of ramen, his book, and then another one on May 31st at our Grandview location about the history of anime and manga. The library is also a wonderful place for those of you who have teenagers who are looking for volunteer opportunities. We do offer opportunities for teens to get hours for coming to attend some of our different community programs, for being a book reviewer. There's lots of different opportunities for teens here at the library. You do have to be 13 or older to volunteer here at the library, but there's lots of ways to participate virtually or in person here. We have a lot of programs for teens as well. The library isn't just for kids. So here is a peek at some of our April programs that we have coming up. Anything on this has a red star is something that can be used to get volunteer hours. So a lot of our programs are with comic book artists this month. So you can come and if you're interested in creating your own comics, learn more about that from people who have actually been in the comic book industry. And coming up in May, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we have lots of different things focusing on mental health. And again, some more comic book programs, as well as ways to give back to the community through our programming. And even though it is still April, I know we're all planning for summer. So I wanted to invite you to come visit the library for our 2024 Summer Reading Challenge. So this starts June 1st and runs through August 10th. And we're going to have bingo challenges this year for all ages. children, teens, and adults that you can play at your own pace. And when you complete different goals within the bingo challenge, you're entered to win a prize or you get a prize at certain milestones. We're also going to have so many different performers here during the summer, from magicians to musicians, puppet shows, dance, cultural heritage programs. There's going to be so much going on at the library, and it's all so much fun and free. So, to give you a hint of some of the other fun things that are coming here to the library, if you have visited our central library recently, you've noticed that we are currently under construction. That is because all of our youth spaces here at the central library are getting a renovation, and we're really excited to see the wonderful outcome that this is going to be for the library, to have new spaces for our children and in our teen area. So we're hoping to have the opening in fall 2024 of these new spaces. And you can see these are renderings. So of course, this isn't exactly what it's going to look like, but you can get an idea here. We're going to have a lot of space and area for programming. There's going to be beautiful murals on the wall. There'll be tons of books throughout. And of course, staff here to help you find everything that you need. So these are views of our children's area. That central space where there's squares on the floor is going to be our programming zone. So when we have our fun programs, they'll all take place there. You can see all the bookshelves around there. And then we're really excited about kind of this quiet reflection and reading area that we're going to have that's being built as well. It's going to have a beautiful arched ceiling in there, a good place to work on homework or study or read. And this is what our new teen space is going to look like. So we're redoing our sound space, which is going to have a recording studio in there as well. And then a space that is just for teens after school to hang out and feel like you have a place of your own. That's an interior view of the teen space. There's also going to be a gaming area in there, as well as rooms that you can rent. You can book for just using your library card. So that's for adults. And while I went through and talked about a lot of the things that we have here at our library, I have only scratched the surface. There are so many more resources that you can get at your library. For example, we have a literacy program for adults. So if you are learning English, we can help with that. Like I said, there's always something fun going on here. So please do visit our website and look at our library events calendar as well to see all the wonderful things that we have happening here at the library. So were there any questions that came up?
So first of all, I just want to stop and say thank you so much. This was a plethora of information that
I know I probably went too fast.
No, you were fine, because now let's just hold a conversation, because I just have questions that I want to ask, and then we can partner up and just get this information out to our school sites.
Of course.
So first of all, thank you so much for showing where the locations in reflection or in contrast to the school sites.
Yes.
So that really helped me out. So if you can email me that map, I would love to share
of course.
That out. My second follow-up is if I can get information about the 1,000 books before kindergarten, because I can share that with our CDCC program and our primary kiddos, so that we can push that out to our parents.
That would be great.
Yes, absolutely. And then the books before high school, if you could email me that flyer, we could share that with our middle school sites, so that our high schoolers, so that our 8th graders going into high school become aware of that and get the introduction to literacy.
Great.
Okay. I'm excited about the different story times that you have for the kids, especially over the summertime. So if you can email me that, I will be happy to share that with our public information team, so we can put that on our website, and so that families can just see what activities are happening in the community.
Yeah, I'd love to share our events calendar with you because that has
Perfect.
everything for all age ranges. So I'll make sure
Yeah.
to send that.
Yes.
It's
So if
it's
you
kind
don't
of the
mind, it was super exciting. And then in regards to the adult literacy as well, will that events calendar have that information as well? Just because we deal in our office with newcomer families.
yes.
And so we want to be able to partner up and share them with them the resources that are within the community that
Yes,
they can have access to.
definitely. So our literacy, let me actually stop presenting this for a moment. And
Okay.
I'm actually going to bring up our website.
What I'm going to do
Um,
is I'm going to stop recording. So
okay.
thank you, Artui. Wasn't this informational though?
You know what? It's such a rich in the presentation.